and let us all do we can to build a better future.
All right, everybody. I don't want to talk about this, but we have to. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. It's going to be a year where the Democrats are going to try and prop up somebody. Now, obviously, Joe Biden is saying he wants to run again. Joe 30330 wants to run again. But, time to bring up some failures. And this is not a very flattering picture of Hillary Clinton. Democrats prop up Harris, Clinton for 2024 if Biden doesn't run. So this is an article from The Hill. I know, Lauren, I'm upset too.
Just like,
it's like,
is there, but I mean, like, okay, I mean, who is there? They're like in the Democratic Party anyway.
I tell you who we have. So former presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, a corporate stooge who lost to a reality TV show clown, trails only Vice President Harris, whose numbers are more dismal than Biden's, in a hypothetical 2024 Democratic primary survey without Joe Biden, topping a field that includes both new names and familiar faces. So in a poll of 2,194 brainwashed people, 2,194 people. Sorry about that. I saw that word come up and I was just like, yeah, they're all brainwashed. Harris topped the Democratic field without Biden with 32% support.
That's still not very many. That's
Clinton,
still not a lot of support.
Clinton, who has ran twice for president, garnered 20%, which had a 3 percentage point margin of error. There was also the Skaven, Pete Buttigieg. Sorry, he's not a Skaven. You got California's governor's failure, Gavin Newsom. You got the greatest actress of all time, AOC. And then you got Senator Elizabeth Warren and former failure, continuing failure, Georgia gubernatorial nominee Stacey Abrams. And so here you have all these people. And even, hey, look. Oh, wow, Pritzker. You're just ahead of Klobuchar? Oh, that is pathetic. Oh, JB, that is pathetic. You're even behind Abrams and Warren.
But again, you did say that there was only like almost 3,000 people polled. That is a small sample size.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, with these faces and people that are being given as options for a potential 2024 run, it's being met with ridicule.
I mean, yeah.
And the thing is, I want to play this video from Fox News. You got Hannity. You know, we're seeing them laugh at him, but hang on. I won't play too much of it. It's shout out to Case Study TV. Buddy, I have no idea how you sat through this.
If Joe Biden doesn't run for re-election, we have a new poll. Democrats say they have two really good options. Option number one, her. Vice President Kamala Harris. That makes sense given that she's such a brilliant orator like Joe. Take a look.
And talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time. Do you plan to visit the border?
That's how I used to write English papers.
Not today. More parents are seeing the value of educators when they have to bring their kids and say, we're not paying them nearly enough.
What was happening off camera there to make her laugh like that?
They strapped in to their seats and waited as the tanks beneath them filled with tens of thousands of gallons of fuel. And then they launched. Yeah, they did.
She has to be smoking something, folks.
She has to be like she had to have just like smoked a bowl before going out there, like of the good stuff, of the good. Because
really, because I don't know. I think she just might be unhinged. I don't think she's ever smoked weed ever, but I know she's got 0 delegates, and just to tick off all the vote blue no matter who crowd. Just remember, there was a reason why Tulsi Gabbard mopped the floor with her not once but twice. So I don't know. She's high on something. She's huffing something.
That's number one in the poll. Number two in the poll is none other than Hillary Clinton. Anyone anyone think that's what America needs right now? Anybody at all?
Again, this
How
would
do
come
you
from be a
explain-
lot more. I mean, it's
Yeah.
true, but also if it wasn't Hannity, who is he still rooting for Trump? I mean, he might have said one or two things that are like anti-Trump a little bit. He's like, oh, well, maybe it's time to move on. It's like, yeah, but dude, you're the one who promoted him for so long. It's like, yeah, he's right. This time, like, come on, Harris and Clinton are bad choices, but it's like, I really, if you hadn't been so up Trump's butt for 4 years and beyond, it's like I would.
But the thing is, like, and again, the video goes on more and more. I mean, it's
I
obviously
watched it. You sent it to me earlier. I saw the whole thing.
Well, eventually, what's brought up between all the pundits there is that how they call out the Democratic Party for being the party of the youth, when all what they're bringing out to represent for the presidential race are a lot of old people, like
That's
Hillary
also
Clinton,
very true.
Joe Biden, and
Mhm.
yes, even the cuck punk Bernie Sanders. Because again, look, we need to have new ideas. We need to have new people. But obviously, if you run the Democratic Party, you're once again going to be a puppet to the establishment.
Yep.
And look, Joe Biden is going to be at a very old age. He's in his 80s. It's time for him.
Not okay.
It's time for him. It's time for him to go to a home. He clearly has some issues mentally, emotionally, physically. There's a lot of things wrong with Joe Biden. I've seen elderly people diminish when they suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia. Okay. And I think all of you, my viewing audience, has seen that as well. In some point of your life, you've seen someone close to you or a friend of yours, family member who is suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. And it's not an easy thing to watch. There's something wrong with Joe Biden. Even look at Dianne Feinstein. They're all old. They got to go. They had their time. And I want to pull up this other video here from the New York Times where, people are suggesting the most controversial statement. And before I play this video, I want you to weigh in on this. Not having Joe Biden run.
What?
I know. So I want to get your thoughts.
That was
before we
me
play the
pretending
video.
to act like AOC, by the way.
Ha! See, the thing is, difference is, you actually deliver your line that's pretty believable. AOC is going to be like, what? Let me explain about the macro and the micro.
I don't know if they anticipated this at the White House. Here's two headlines from the New York Times this week.
Wait, real quick, Steve Wolfbrandt, I am very sorry for the passage of your mother. My great grandmother and my grandmother both suffered from it, and it's not an easy thing to watch. My uncle was clearly suffering from dementia. Yes. So, and when I say my uncle, it's my grandpa's brother. So, it's not an easy thing to watch. It's not an easy thing to see. It's very difficult to watch.
Democrats and liberals, progressives saying, one, we're not being cruel. President Biden, just careful, telling him that he's too old to run again. And then another one, Biden's a great president. He should not run again. Here's a quote from Frank Bruni's speech. He said, it took him forever to reach the top.
Okay, we're not being cruel. President Biden is just awful. And then another one, Biden's a great president. He should not run. What's so great? What did he do? Roe v. Wade died under his watch. Nothing fun. The kids are still in cages, folks.
Mm-hmm.
God, what was the name of that? I'm sorry. I know someone in the audience already answered this question. So I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm losing my brain cells now too. But what was the name of that actor? Yeah, it was Rob Reiner who tweeted this out when Biden was elected into office. You know what he tweeted out? Hang on, kids. We're coming to get you out of those cages. Those kids are still in cages, Robbie boy.
That's perhaps the most compelling part of his political story. His patience, his perseverance, his resilience. And now that he finally stands at the summit, we're telling him not to get too comfy or savor the view for too long.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing, Shannon. The AP poll that just came out said support for Biden run in 2024 overall, yes, only at 22%. And for Democrats, only 37%. You were with the president this week at the White House before the State of the Union. He hasn't announced if he's going to run again. It seems like he is getting all those pieces in place to do so. However, even the Democrats say they don't want him to run.
Because they know why. They will not be able to cover him for too long. He's going to do he's either going to faint or fall down or actually make a speech and ramble on like a person suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia. I have some people in the live stream chat, who are saying like, yeah, their friends, and I think Gamer for Life wrote like, yeah, I saw my friend's mom is suffering from it. So yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. And with the 24-hour camera and everyone's smartphone right here, you can't hide that forever. You can't. And it's gonna make Biden look weak if there's no primary, and that's the guy. Good luck, Democrats. Really, seriously,
Yeah.
I do mean it. Good luck. I'm going to laugh my ass off when I see pundits trying to do mental gymnastics and trying to cover for Biden's failures. I mean, I know Simone Sanders was doing all these cartwheels just to try and wave off Biden's clear cognitive issues during the 2020 campaign.
Yeah, these are really tough numbers for the White House, and they come on the back of a slew of other, polls that say the same thing, that even his own party wants to look elsewhere. They want to go younger. They want to do something different. I did get the impression at that lunch with him on Tuesday that he really hasn't made a decision. I thought to this point, they have done everything that would put, as you said, the pieces in place. Like he's moving in that direction, and he may ultimately do it. I think the people who are out there publicly calling him on him to step aside and not do this need to remember the playbook of what happened when they did this with Justice Ginsburg. Because if anything, she dug in and said, this is my job. This is my position. I feel very much, at strength in this position, and mentally, physically, I'm going to stick around as long as I can. And I think the more you publicly goad this president, the more you may actually push him to decide he's going to run in 24. That's essentially get of him.
That's interesting.
Which is so awful and petty and like.
It's not only that.
The more you tell him no, the more he's going to do it. It's such a childish move.
Again, look, I gave this warning in 2019, 2020 that there were some issues with Biden and that the Democrats are going to have to deal with it. And seeing this come into fruition, knowing that we were correct in our assessment that there's something wrong with Biden, I am literally laughing at anyone and everyone that was going hard for Biden, that was going to bat for him and saying, oh, we're going to do this. There's nothing wrong. Good luck. I'm laughing at you. I really am, because it's funny to me. And I know people are going to say, but Trump. Well, guess what? Everyone tried to impeach him and all this other stuff. Didn't work. And now check on your liberal friends, because he's back on Facebook. He's back on Twitter. I don't know if he's back anywhere else, but Trump will be back. He's getting all social media platforms back. So,
it's going on just as many unhinged rants as he ever has.
Yeah, so he's
with way less enthusiasm. So
I noticed that too, and I'm like, Trump, come on, buddy.
You used to be real upset about the windmills killing eagles, and now you're just a little bit upset about that. So
yeah, it's like I want my 2016 Trump back. Where's he at? Where's the pizzazz? Where's the passion? Yes. God, he came with so many nicknames for people. Lion Ted, Little Boy Rubio, Low Energy Jeb. God. Oh, that. Looking back at it, I'm still upset that he goes with Old Crow McConnell instead of Turtleface. Like, yeah, Turtle Boy. Come on, Trump. It was right there. What does crows have to do with anything? I think he was talking about his crow's eyes or something, but it's like, no, Trump. No, you blind fool. You crazy clown. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? It's Turtle Boy. Everybody has crow's feet, bruh. Yeah, I know. But this is Trump we're talking about. But I was just like, dude, that was like a lot of your nicknames made sense, bro, but not that one. No, not that one at all. Then, my favorite, Crazy Bernie, because he put a lot of effort into that one. He did that one, and then I do have to laugh at the nickname he gave Elizabeth Warren. He called her Pocahontas. Well, let's pull up this video here of Nancy saying that no, Biden would never get primary. This is after the State of the Union. Here we go. From one crazy senile bat to another one.
You've probably heard by now, a recent poll found about 30% only about 30% of Democrats say he should run again. It seems like a lot of Democrats, they're happy with Joe Biden. They think he's done a great job, but they're wondering if he should step to the side. You have made that choice on your own, ushering in a new generation of Democrats into the House. What do you say?
If she actually really gave a damn, she would step down from office. Totally.
To that criticism. And do you think that he did anything tonight to quiet some of the restiveness among Democrats about should Joe Biden be the person leading the party into the future?
Well, I mean, last weekend I was at the Democratic National Committee meeting in Philadelphia, and I know that there were some who would say perhaps we should consider somebody new. But even in the 30% poll that you said, like 90% of Democrats would be for Joe Biden if he runs. Sure. What they might hope for in this earlier stages of a campaign and what they have decided they would do are actually two different things.
No, Nancy. No, Nancy. That's not the case at all. You're rambling.
They are for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a person of vision, knowledge, judgment, strategic thinking to get the job done. He was a remarkable 2 years, and again, connects very empathetically with the American.
He said he has no empathy for millennials. I don't want to put you guys anymore through this, but there he is. I mean, or there she is saying like, yeah, that's Joe Biden. We're ruled by a bunch of old people that clearly don't know what decade they're in, you know, and that is a serious problem.
Great,
Lauren, your thoughts?
Just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And like, I mean, I guess she's correct in saying that it's like what people want and what they'll do are different things. Like, well, maybe they want someone new, but they'll still step in place behind right where we tell them to go if Biden decides to run, even if they might want something else. They'll still, you know.
Oh, just calm down, Lauren. Just calm down. We feed people. So there you go. But yeah, I have to agree with Gamer in the live stream chat. She's probably drunk in that interview. But look, we're in this spot right now with the Democratic Party because many progressives who decided to vote Democrat are allowing the Democrats to dictate how to feel and how we should be. And I know that there are many diehard Bernie Sanders supporters that want to see him run again for an embarrassing third time. I mean, look, he didn't stand up in 2016 or in 2020 when there was election fraud taking place. And what's going to be different the third time around? The Democratic Party made it very clear they don't want Bernie to run, and it's not going to be the same. I mean, if he runs again and he's once again giving a mediocre performance, I mean, all that work and anything I've ever said nice about him, I take it back because so many people put all their hopes on it. So I want to give the final word to Sabrina, who actually pretty much perfectly explains our dire situation for 2024 and also why we should never let someone like Bernie Sanders ever take control of the bus ever again.
You know, do I think social democracy is better than someone who's full blown like capitalist? Yeah, but it doesn't go far enough because you're still operating in a capitalist system. We decided to stop letting ourselves drive our own bus, I should say. What do I mean by that? Before Bernie Sanders' first campaign, we were driving our own bus. We were the driver. Bernie Sanders came along. We picked him up at the bus stop, opened the door. He got on the bus, kicked us out the driver's seat. We became passengers on our own bus because we let Bernie Sanders take the wheel. So he was driving 2 election cycles in a row. And at some point, he decided to stop in the middle of nowhere, open the doors of the bus, hop off the bus, and leave us stranded on the bus. You see the left looking around saying, what do we do? Our bus driver left us. We're stranded. You need to get up out of the passenger seat. You need to get back in that driver's seat and drive your own bus again. And then you won't be stranded anymore. We let him drive our own bus. We allowed ourselves to be convinced that people like AOC and Rashida Tlaib and all of them, that this was the best way to go. And it really isn't. because you're still operating under capitalism. So what can we learn from this situation, people? We need to make sure that we don't let anybody else get on our bus, kick us out the driver's seat, and make us a passenger on our own bus again. That should never happen. So I think some of us are sitting around waiting for someone to do something. Some of us are waiting around saying, who's going to be the next Bernie? Who's going to be the one to step up and do it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should just do it.
Agreed.
Preach
Agreed.
it.
Agreed. And she's correct.
Mhm.
Everything that Sabrina said is true. We cannot rely on somebody in DC to help us. They're not going to do it. Look, even I was blinded by Bernie Sanders, not once, but twice. Okay.
Yep.
I really thought he'd follow through in 2020. My mistake on that one. I called that one wrong, but I really assumed that people would be ready to do something, but that never came to be, never came into fruition. And 2024 is going to once again be an absolute crap show. Now, I'm not going to vote Democrat or Republican, and I will cover the primary debates, but I have to say I am not impressed with the lineups for the DNC. So good luck, Democrats. Lauren, the final word.
I don't think I could say it better than Sab did or than you did. I don't think I could improve upon that. She is correct. You are correct. I'm not going to be voting Democrat or Republican either. We need to, she says, take up the reins and do it ourselves at this point.
I agree. I agree with you 100%.